I can't even stand on the steps of my own Capitol building as an American because
Why do you think that is?
I don't have a special press pass or whatever I need.
I wonder, why do you think they did that?
It's ridiculous.
Can you believe that in 2020 they didn't have more security?
Yeah, it was definitely an inside job what happened on January 6th in 2021.
Why do you think they're blocking the Capitol, though?
It's definitely a demonic thing, for sure. It's from the deep state leaders that exist here, for sure.
Why would they do this specifically?
It's retarded. It's literally retarded. This is a form of communism that is in manifestation here. A police state type thing. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm Joseph Philip Daniel, and I'm here in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
It may be cold in D.C., but I hear there are some hot, may soon to be pardoned January 6th defendants. So who are you, dude?
January 6th defendant.
What was jail like?
Well, it depends on where I was at. If you're looking for a terrible time, you can go to the D.C. jail or Northern Neck jail, where you'll get solitary for up to 6 months, be stuck in a cell with your
Were
toilet.
you in solitary 6 months?
Yeah.
Did you ever masturbate?
You asked me that at Maha. That footage got deleted. Unfortunately, yes. Yep.
Would you guys date a January 6er? I mean, honestly, like, I think it's a day of love because my love language is zip ties and bear spray. So tie me up anytime.
Scary.
Were there cams of you in solitary?
There was footage of me inside.
Do you think maybe one of the prison guards was touching himself to you, touching yourself?
No. And no, I meant like camera. I thought you meant like I recorded things inside. There's cameras.
You like filming yourself. Would you ever date a January 6er?
Not in a billion years.
Solitary, it's like one bedroom, one bath. Is that what solitary is?
Yeah, it's a studio. Your bathrooms, but there's no separate room. It's just your toilet's there.
And the toilet was clogged.
Yeah, and it's right next to where you eat. So not great. And, if poop already smells bad, but leave it for 5 days. Try that out.
Like, where you're from, how do you riz up girls?
You consider that an appropriate question.
What gets me the most upset about it is all the people, especially white liberals, that are whining about the security of the fucking political people. Like, I don't give a shit if they're scared or not. Good, I'm glad they were scared.
We're talking all the love bugs, and you might be the biggest love bug we met all day. I love you, Daddy. She's back. She's everywhere, and she's back. Sing some opera. I know you're a great singer. Could you sing one note? Oh.
She's a commissioner of D.C.
Bro, I just love, dude, that you freaking masturbated in solitary confinement with a shitty toilet
You should ask her about what she thinks.
while the J6 fucking security guards watched you, bro. She's so back. That's my kind of girl. I like to be yelled at and spanked a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. It's a showdown. Hey, Daddy. That's masculine energy.
Don't touch her! Who the fuck do you think you are?
He just touched her.
Right here.
Yo, way to step up as the divine masculine. That was pretty hot. How'd that feel?
Oh, it's just you got to protect women.
Yeah.
Women and children. Why wouldn't you protect women and
What do you
children?
feel like to have him step up for you like that?
What? The OA is I don't need protection.
You don't need no man.
They all claim to be about freedom and fighting for freedom, and the second someone speaks up and uses their constitutional right, they get hands-on.
Are you single, by the way?
No, Scientology's a cult. I've been at gunpoint 10 times out in L.A. protesting the Church of Scientology.
Yeah.
And they audit children. They have young children asking inappropriate questions of men.
I mean, is there a place for spanking in the bedroom?
I'm sure there is. Oh,
You want to give me a spank?
No. It's Defender of Ants. Scientology's a cult. Peace.
Let's go. They're cracking down on dating apps. We're just young singles trying to meet, and they're cracking down. Would you date a January 6er?
What?
What about them is unattractive?
What is? But they're terrorists, dude.
I feel like a certain amount of January 6ers have that like freak in them. Like they have that freak in them, but just to like storm the Capitol, you know. But like I don't know how.
You're a real freak. You know what I'm saying? You got a freak?
I'm trying to storm somebody else. But I don't know yet.
Oh, I love you.
Thank you.
Are you single?
No.
Damn, I can't find a January 6er that's trying to match my freak yet. So let's count shoulders.
What does that mean?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, that wasn't it. That you did it wrong though.
I did it?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like you're like,
And
you know what I
you
mean?
grab them by the head and you're just like, yeah. We're at the January 6th pardon panel where people are advocating for those wrongfully convicted of interior decorating the Capitol building. What brought you out here today, my friend?
Pardon for all J6 hostages, day one, no man left behind.
What inspired you to be part of this cause?
They hunted me down and kidnapped me, took me hostage.
What was going through your head as they were kidnapping you?
There had been a full communist takeover of the country.
Do you think we are fighting against the devil?
Yeah, it is definitely a spiritual war, and this was a war that we fought, and anyone that would say any different has no idea what they're talking about. Fought World War III. It was an information war.
I'm the Deep State Marauder, also known as the Secretary of Retribution. So I've created a 1,400-member Deep State target list. Here's just a taste of who's on it.
Am I on it? Wow, look at that list. I feel like if Trump was watching me that day, I should at least be credited for an episode of The Apprentice.
Made this hat. I made this vest. I made these necklaces. There's no plastic here. I am here today in D.C. to take part in a ceremony in honor of those who died on January 6th.
Is this related to Sacagawea, or is this...
You mean the famous wife of the French trapper?
Like, isn't there something related to Sacagawea that's going on?
Not to my knowledge. There could be.
And could you give me any, final, maybe, Native American sayings or something that would be, useful today? The only mistake that was made that day was not sponsoring it by MyPillow. What's your name?
My name is Chaplain Joshua Macias.
Yeah.
I was put in the Philadelphia Gulag on November 5th, 2020. I was actually the first guy that they came after in the lawfare against all of us.
Do you think the Ukrainian Antifa was anticipating the war?
They were here. So, yeah, they were coming in order to spur it all on. I mean,
Biden was happening.
The military-industrial complex wanted to see a failure for Trump.
And did you realize that you were being egged on to go into the Capitol?
No one egged me.
No one did egg you.
No, I just meandered through an open door.
Yeah.
Like, watch, I'll show you what it looked like.
I've never stood for freedom more than when I was standing on Nancy Pelosi's desk, imagining taking her mommy milkers and just going. What brought you out here today?
This is my husband, Peter Michael Crow.
He looks good.
Thanks. And this is his image. He received 9 months in prison. After he was sentenced to that, they decided to charge him with the guns that we had in our house, and he can't have guns because he has a 20-year-old felony.
What was that for?
20-year felony? Oh, that was from when he was in his addiction. If you can see in here, there's nothing going on in this picture. He's standing, holding an American
That
flag.
photo, if you can see it, you can absolutely tell that it's completely peaceful.
There's nobody even near.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What more evidence do you need?
Yeah.
Yo, all the J6ers, I know you're single and convicted, but, Trump's one of those things. Where was the first time you made love?
Oh, who knows? Jeez.
First time you don't remember?
No, it was young, though.
How young?
Well, younger than I should have been.
Like 13?
Maybe a little younger than that.
Would you tell us about the first time you fell in love?
To be determined. I'm still single.
I'm a devout, practicing heterosexual.
Great. And how is your love life as a devout heterosexual?
It's absolutely fantastical.
Yeah. Are you spreading the love, or you got one girl?
I'm spreading the love in the sense of I want to create maximum consequences.
Who doesn't love a little hands-on democracy? Tell us about the first time you fell in love.
Well, my first love has been Jesus Christ.
When was the first time you were in love?
That's the topic you choose to. Love? Greater love has no one than this, that he lay down his life for his friends.
So I hope you find love. And I just wanted to say I'm actually 2 years off of sodomy.
Okay, 2 years out of it?
Off of it. 2 years sodomy free.
Yeah, well, man, stay strong, bro.
Finding love, finding it good. Yeah.
Yeah, well, God is good, man. And he can help everybody, as any kind
There's
of
a lot of attractive J6ers, but you know what? I pray.
So there are many people who deal with same-sex attractions, and it's real.
Is pegging sodomy?
Ah, dude, I don't know, man.
I was listening to Chaperone on Spotify, and then I switched the channel to Sirius XM, and then Joel Osteen came on, and it just all those thoughts of like gay thoughts I was having, and they all just like flooded out of me. Like I could see them go out of the car window, and I was like, I could see clearly. You know.
How long ago was that?
That was 7 years ago.
How did you remember that occasion where you met Christ for the first time?
Well, I get on my knees every day. I'm recently in love for the third time in my life, and I can say I've dated a Jew, a blonde, and a Latina. Were any of them trans? I don't know, because I don't believe in sex before marriage. I'm kidding. I'm a born-again virgin. Every time I bang, I become a virgin again. What advice would you have to hoes that just can't be loyal?
Be loyal, hoes. Pete and I met as we were pen pals in jail. He wrote me a letter. It said, "Dear girl of my dreams," whoever's reading this. And I wrote him back, and I picked him up in 2009, and we've been together.
How long were you pen paling in jail?
4 years.
How long were you writing to each other before you found?
Well, I went and saw him about 6 months later. We met in person, but was through glass.
A lot of girls out there are struggling to find good conservative guys.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as jail, but I think...
For the J6ers, because they didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, the J6ers, write them boys, yes. But don't write mine.
Is it hard to find romantic love these days?
I think so. Women became too easy to obtain. The world was a better place when men had to work harder to see naked women.
And it's like young men, you know, you show them a naked woman, they can't help themselves, you know. It's same as like you open the Capitol on January 6th and say, come in. People can't help themselves. They want to go in. Tell us about your first love.
My first love? First love had Tourette syndrome.
It's hard to recreate the intensity of love you feel as a teenager just because of how intense your emotions are when you're young.
Of course. I wish I could go back to being a teenager. Everybody's so damaged once they hit 30. It's over with.
It was up to Mike Pence last time, but today it'll be Kamala Harris.
You trust Kamala Harris more than Mike Pence to do the right thing?
Well, she doesn't have a choice. See, Pence had a choice.
What was the difference?
Well, because President Trump has most definitely won this election without a shadow of a doubt.
Practically speaking, do they have the same amount of choice?
No.
Mike Pence thought there was no question that Trump didn't win. Why would he think there was no question that Trump didn't win?
Yeah, that's the thing. Nobody was thinking that. Like, nobody was thinking that Trump didn't win.
I think Mike Pence was. Hey, brother, what brought you here today?
Oh, well, I'm trying to petition Congress to invoke the 14th Amendment.
Was it a little late at this point, you think?
How?
Have you ever finished inside of somebody? There's no taking it back. There's no redos. It's over. It's sad.
And this is probably the least serious one I've had.
Well, that's because you're not even responding to my point, my hypothetical. No, I'm doing things hypothetical. You're actually not a serious person.
So you're very, very serious people, clearly. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, well, you are clearly serious right now. Let's just get a shot. Just get a zoom in. Very serious guy right now.
This is like the content you make for like a living?
What makes you serious?
What?
4 years of trash. Oh, my God.
You just don't understand that.
So not as many people can afford to come out here. They got to, do things like feed their family. But coming off of 2020 Trump economy, everybody wants
Have a peaceful.
Worldwide inflation? Do you not? And that the U.S. recovered.
That's the managerial elite bureaucratic class's fault. The very people that have been in D.C. for 50 years, that's their fault. It's that type of people.
Have you gotten a?
Yes, it's a bioweapon. What do you think that?
Have you gotten a lap dance lately, bro? Have you seen those prices?
You are so comedic. I can't even keep up.
No, and I've talked to both of you guys today. You guys are both single.
I don't have a problem with Trump supporters. I just feel like you're wildly misinformed about things.
You guys are both single.
Fell in love.
You guys are both single. This could be one of the most beautiful American stories ever captured in television.
Put that whole label on myself. I definitely align with them more ideologically, but I don't like the label of it. So.
Yeah, I'm straight, but someone called me bi, technically speaking.
I think if we're gonna be, shut up.
Tell me what is wrong.